Hi, I'm Josiane Sevchuk, and today we'll have the long-awaited tour of our prefabricated wooden house here at the farm. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like it, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share the video with everyone. Now let's get to the video. And before we start this tour, please excuse me here. Look, the noise our friends here, the guinea fowls, make. They really party here on the farm, making a lot of noise. Now they've gotten quiet, right? We already have a small wall right here in front, right? Here's the entrance. There are 2 palm trees that are still growing. Later on, I'm going to put a handrail here. I'm thinking about something made of cast iron, but for now, it's like this, right? Here on the stairs, there's this stone, which is a really big stone, and it goes up. And look, it gives access to the house. Now I'm going to show you inside. Around the whole house, there's a sidewalk. Here on the porch, guys, we have this really big table right here, look. If anyone wants the contact information of the person who made the table for us, just ask me and I'll give it to you. I think it looks really pretty. Every country house has to have a table like this. A big one, so we can have lunch, that Sunday lunch, that nice get-together with everyone, right? So here on the porch, it starts with this really beautiful table. A very spacious porch. Jack over there, say hi, Jack. He's going to help me in the video too. This porch is really nice. The bell, if you follow the channel, you already know that I put a bell here, right? To show when lunch is ready, I ring the rooster's bell. Look, here next to the house, I set up a little garden to make things easier. And now, let's get to the part everyone is most excited about. I'm going to show everything, everyone, and if anyone wants me to make a video. Just giving tips for those who are going to build. Yeah, I have some really cool tips. In the beginning, when we were going to build the house here with the engineer, before hiring the engineer, I was already full of ideas. And this house here, it's from a kit of a prefabricated wooden house. And as I changed some things, ideas started coming to my mind, and I kept changing, of course. Oh, I wanted to take down a wall, I wanted to do something. I would get in touch with the construction engineer, and he would say, "Is it possible, Josie, can we do it the way you imagined?" So several things were changed here in the house. And I can make a video for you, giving tips about the ideas I had here for the house. And I think that for those who are going to build, it would be really cool. They would really like these ideas. So write down below if you want a video with ideas for those who are going to build.
We'll leave the initial project here in the video description. It's the Paranapanema kit from Minha Casa Prefabricada, but as I mentioned, there were many changes. Thanks.
Anyone who's new to the channel can check it out from the very beginning because we have videos from the start. We prepared the land first, then started building. It's all documented. And I always had this kitchen in mind, you know, so I started designing it with Isabel and my daughter, and this is exactly what I imagined. There, in the beginning, I said it was going to be an L-shaped kitchen, so it was made in an L shape. You can see that it was made in an L shape. We used a gourmet faucet, right? This here, guys, yeah, no, we didn't have anyone as an architect, right? I developed this entirely on my own through repeated research. So I wanted a sink with 2 basins. I went looking for a gourmet faucet. When it was time to have it made, I wanted it to have LED lights. You can notice that it's dark, right? The LED is very helpful. Here, folks, it's made of wood. So I didn't want to use any kind of masonry or covering. I wanted the house's own wood. I thought the microwave looked really nice. I wanted to put it here. I didn't want to go with a tall oven tower, you know. I preferred to make this oven tower, which isn't really a tower here, just in this lower part. For Isabel, who uses the kitchen a lot, she can come, even a child can come, heat things up, open it, without the risk of spilling anything hot. So it's safer. Here, this part that I really wanted, the island, right? It has the induction stove, which I think is wonderful. I love it. I'm already really used to it. Underneath, here's the oven. Here in this part too, there's a drawer. Anyway. And for those who liked our kitchen here at the Chakra, the people who made it for us were from Byros Custom Furniture from Jotzapa, Santa Catarina. If you want their contact info, ask me below and I'll share it. And so here it turned out just the way I wanted, right? This kitchen is a really tiny kitchen, but it turned out just the way I wanted. With a nice spacious island here, the fridge area, my old table here that I already refurbished anyway. I think it's really, I found it really pretty. I paid 100 reais for this table, and I say that with a lot of pride, 100 reais. And I bought the chairs separately, you know. Classy, right? It took me a while to put up the curtains here at the ranch because I wanted it to be like this. Even though we're living in the countryside, right? And in the countryside there's a lot of dust. Trucks go by on the road and throw dust over here. This is much more practical because once you wipe it, it's already clean, see? And then it has that double vision so we can peek through. And I thought it turned out really nice. It matched this style more. It feels both sophisticated and rustic in this straw tone, right? This was made by the people from Trinidad here in Piratuba, Santa Catarina. If you're from around here, you can. You know, we did a lot of things with the people from Trinidad. They're really nice people. They handled everything exactly as we wanted. I said I was going to give a tip in the next video, but just so you have an idea of how important it is to watch a video. Suddenly tips, things you can do. Oh, I want a kitchen that has an island. And when you're building, you don't imagine it. You don't stop to think about it, especially if you don't have an architect behind you, right? If you want a kitchen like this one with an island, you already have to plan if you're starting to build to leave it under the floor, right? The outlet, because you need to have an outlet down there so you can connect the whole stove system, the oven, the microwave if you want. So everything is underneath, which is why we don't see exposed wires or outlets, right? That's really cool. Wait, I said no tips, right? But anyway, just so you have an idea about the tips video, which I think is going to be really cool. Here, the power outlet tower. See, it's not exposed. I researched all of this and found a way to do it. So nothing is too visible. It looks more discreet. And this kit we bought, we didn't have a double layer, right? It was just the wall, and to install the outlets, everything would be exposed. There were cable ducts and all, but it wouldn't look nice for the style, for the design I had in mind. So we doubled it and put everything in, all hidden there. Here then in the kitchen, we have a small kitchen right next to a dining room here, right? I put this glass here to give a sense of space, and this mirror here to make it feel even bigger. Since it's small, the space feels more open. I said I wouldn't give tips, but I will. I'll keep talking. It's just so you get the idea that it's really nice when you ask me for tip videos, because there are lots of little tips like this that in the end make everything come together really harmoniously. Here guys, the door. In the previous project it was that regular swing door. I wanted to make it like this. Look, it's a sliding door, so I went after the little system, the track up there, so it opens. Look how much space it saves, right? You don't lose any space. Let me, show you here. Let me turn on the light for you. This is Isabel's room. Look, it's a really, really cozy room. Well, it's not very big, right? But I think for her it's perfect. The bed area here, she decorated it a little, I helped, and there's her ukulele over there, which she hung up on the headboard of the bed. Let's keep touring. There's a wooden chandelier and many other cool things. So it's worth it for you to go there and get it, buy it for yourselves too. Space. You use the door like this, see? Got it? Otherwise, opening it before would take up too much space. It's the same door that came with the kit, okay? Those simple doors. But I bought it separately and the people installed it this way. Down here, the most beautiful thing we have here is our Bud. Bud sleeps there with Black in Ice's room. Look, guys, here we made this little system. And look, this demi-suite system, some people call it demi-suite, some call it semi-suite. And when I had this idea here of the door giving access to the bathroom, which I mentioned a little while ago, that it was also the guest bathroom. I didn't even know this already existed, that it was called demi-suite, semi-suite anyway. So I thought, let's put in a bathroom that guests can use, but that Isabel can also use in her room, right? It would be like a suite. So when we have guests, we keep this closed, you see, so that whoever's in the bathroom doesn't have access to her room. If she's alone, if there are no guests, she keeps that door outside closed and always has access through here. I think the bathroom turned out beautiful. I tried to do it just the way I had in mind, you know? I really tried. The mirror is really wide. It goes from one end to the other, even over the toilet. And what about hygiene practices here? LEDs on top, guys. It's pretty clear. Look, there's an LED there. There's an LED in the bathroom area. There's still the ceiling light. There's also this one here that I forgot. It's called a ceiling light, if I'm not mistaken, or plafond, one of those. You can turn on only the LED, just this part, or leave this light on. Anyway, it turned out really beautiful and spacious. A shower, like a rain shower, really nice actually. I made sure to get the niche I wanted. It's also a small niche, but I thought it turned out great for Isabel there, right? Since she uses this bathroom by herself. I think it turned out beautifully. Here in this part, the idea before was to do it in stone, but everything was done with texture. It was designed as you can see. Why? At the end of the project, the budget got tight, so we ended up doing it this way, and we really liked the result. It's simple, yet still looks beautiful. Here in this part, I've already bought the LEDs, right? And they were installed. I thought about all of this beforehand because it's more complicated to assemble later, right? Here we have the space under the stairs. Later on, I want to close that area. I want to be able to store some things underneath, here under the steps as well. Anyway, this space turned out beautiful. Then, coming out of the kitchen, we have the second floor of the house, which is over there. This is one of my favorite, most beautiful parts of the house. Ah, over there. I think this glass detail is really beautiful. Of course, as you can see, the glass is dirty. It should be clean, right? But look, this part is really beautiful. I like it a lot. And here there's the little staircase. Here we're leaving the tripod. It's a bit messy, right? This part here is a place that Jack uses a lot, kind of a little office for him to work in. Here, you can see there's the 100,000 followers plaque here. Look, from my love. Super wonderful, right? If you haven't yet, follow Jack Ferraz's channel. She just hit 100,000 subscribers. How cool is that? She earned the plaque. I want the plaque too. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe. I want a plaque just like Jack's. So here, the little office is over there. You can see that the couch is all open here. Look, why? Isabel was here with Miguel. We relax a lot here. There's the balcony over there. I'll show you the part of... Here's the television area. There's a little mess down here because this belongs in my room. You'll understand soon why this is here. Now I'll show you upstairs in the pergola. And here in the pergola, everyone, we have this space here. Look, it's really cozy and nice. That we really enjoy having some chimarrón, reading a book. When it's winter, we make fondue and serve it here. Look, we sit and chat. I had the idea to reuse this space here. It would have been a space where nothing would be done, right? It would be empty, just to have a water tank, things like that. So I had the idea to make this space here so we could reuse it. Using the strong structure to our advantage, right? So underneath here is the water tank, and this area would be empty. And I created this space here, I designed it and gave it to the engineer. At first, he thought it might be crazy, but after it was finished, he really liked the idea. And look, I went up even though it was raining. You can see that the clouds are really heavy. I wanted to show you anyway. Here, from the top of the pergola, we can see our little lookout over there. Look, with the hot tub and the area where the pitaya plants are growing. Later on, there will be some really cool projects around here. We'll show you over there by the post, a little wattle and daub house. Anyway, guys, I really like this little place here that I came up with to make. Check out our beautiful view. So you can understand here under the pergola, we have this space here. Look, we left it like this without plastering. You know why? There's the boiler and a big space here where we store some things. Let me see if I can look. It stores the boiler, some acoustic foam, the water tank, and a few little things here. Look. So we ended up leaving it like this, so we wouldn't spend money on materials, right? We just left it like that. Later on, if needed, we can fix it. But since it's closed off and hidden, we didn't see the need to spend money on plastering or finishing that part. Here. Here, next to Jack's little office, we have this big door that leads to the balcony. Here on the balcony, I have a papaya tree planted and some little plants. And we have a little chair here to sit and enjoy this view. Look how beautiful it is. Right here on the side, look. As you can see, the wall sconce from JN Artes Rusticas is really beautiful. There's one on each side of the door and there's also one on the other balcony. Right here, look guys, I think this part is so beautiful. Look, I think it's just perfect, really, really perfect. Right here. This sofa opens up fully and becomes very spacious. When guests visit, they sleep here. It's super comfortable and really nice. Here we have another balcony. I like to always leave this bag here, see? A straw one with a blanket. Because when we're going to watch something, we stay here on the sofa watching. And it's really comfortable. Some books here that we really like. A candle set also from JN Artes Rusticas. And look, here on the side we have another little balcony with a chair as well. I spend a lot of time here. I put my chimarrón right here next to me. Here there's a bicycle, a rope, some small weights over there to work out. In this part right here. Here you can see these pipes. We installed all of this to collect rainwater, okay? So there's a system that runs through here all around and it sends the water over there, see? And it supplies rainwater. So we can water our little garden, water everything here. More arandela from JN Artes Rusticas. Look how beautiful. Sometimes a small detail makes it more beautiful, right? Look inside. Here we have this view. Over there, our pitaya plantation. Like I said, the lookout point. And now I think the most anticipated part of the house, which is the couple's bedroom, because right, it turned out really nice. Even though it's a really small bedroom, we managed to make good use of the space. And wow, this tips section, I think it's the coolest part that I get to make a video to bring to you all. I'm not going to talk about the tips, I'm just going to show them now in this video. I hope you all like it. The same simple door that we changed to be a chain entrance. It's like a little hallway that gives access to the bedroom. And here, guys, you can see that it's like a wardrobe here, but it's a little different kind of wardrobe. Because I wanted to make it in a closet style. Look, it opens here. It opens here. And we have access to a kind of closet. Look, a mini closet. All the clothes are here. Here, on this side, it's Jack's clothes. Down here is mine. Only this part here is Jack's. And here, this part is mine. Mine here too. And look, guys, I managed to make use of a small room and set up a closet here. And there's a space here to sit down and put on your shoes. And it turned out really, really nice. I liked it a lot. I was able to make good use of it. In the tips video, I'm going to talk about this part here. I think you're going to like it a lot. Look, there's a light over there just so it doesn't get dark here, but it turned out really nice. Let's close this here, and in this part you can see that here is the bedroom and here is already the open bathroom. In the bathroom area, I wanted to make a glass wall. You'll understand in a moment. This was very controversial and I got an unbelievable number of comments about it. Back here is the toilet, so I'll show you in a moment. In the tips video, I'll talk about this for you. Look how charming the room turned out, guys. This is it. I really love our house, and the room here turned out like a dream. This here, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't here before. When did you build that glass part over there? But when I got here, the builder was going up, the carpenter was going up to finish. I said no, leave it like that because I want to put a glass there. I like that detail. We keep changing all these things, and in the end it turns out beautiful. Here I wanted to put this chandelier in this shade, in this yellowish tone, right? I'll bring it closer so you can see, but look, it turned out really comfortable. Before, this crib wasn't going to be here. Why? It's temporary because of Miguelzinho, who ended up coming after we had already built it, right? Previously, it was uma beijo. A nightstand like this, look, just like that one, used to be on that side too. You can already see the view here on the side because the bedroom is right next to the bathroom. So now my nightstand has been replaced by Miguel's little bed, look. When Miguel gets older, this crib turns into a bed and then it will live here. We want to make a room for him and everything. But for now, that's it. Look how beautiful this angle is here, guys. It shows the glass up there, it shows our bed, it gives a really nice sense of space, right? Because otherwise, it would just be the back of the white closet, it wouldn't look nice. So I came up with this idea. The little plant, I'm letting it take over so I can guide it and let it spread out. In the bathroom, you were really curious, so right outside our bedroom there's this big open space here, look, with no walls at all of this. I kept changing my mind, okay guys? I didn't want it to be a closed wall. Here it already leads to the bathtub area, which turned out really big and spacious. Here we have a really beautiful view. This part turned out like this. Without going all the way to the floor, right? I chose the bathroom sink like this. Here, in this part, it opens too, see, so we can make better use of it. Not just have it be a mirror, right? And look, here is the bathroom area, and here is the part. The toilet, let me open it for you. Look, thin glass wall, it doesn't get transparent because it's frosted glass, the toilet. Let me show you something really cool that I found really beautiful. That's why I chose this toilet. It's that when you do this, look, it goes down without slamming, really beautiful. And here on the side, we have the shower area. It turned out super spacious, guys, a really nice shower. With part of the niche here, look, I had to leave it like this. Him standing up, why? One reason is I also use the big shampoo, right? And then I wanted to do it standing up. But mainly because there were some pipes here, some things like that couldn't go through. We turned it this way so I wouldn't lose the niche. I chose everything in rose gold. In gold anyway, all in these golden tones, like the drain, like this, see? The bedroom has a lot of tips for those who are going to build, so if anyone wants a video, just ask me. If I see that a lot of people like the idea, then I'll record a video for you sharing tips, okay? For anyone building, changing, or renovating their house, I think this will be really cool. So guys, there you have it, right? The much requested tour of the wooden house, the prefabricated house. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, you already know what to do. Share with everyone and leave a like. It's important. If you have questions, comment below. And that's it, everyone. Big kiss, God bless you, and see you in the next video. Bye.